What's up, guys? Thank y'all for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm your host, Jeff Phillips. Got a really cool one here for you today. It's going to be short and sweet, but I hope and pray as always that you'll find this one extra helpful, guys. Okay, I'm going to share with you something that I figured out. You know, I'm always tinkering, always testing, always trying different things. And just almost by pure accident, I figured this out. Okay, so when you are trying to silence a recurve bow, and if you do as many setups as I've done in the past and all that, you try to figure out ways to make the bow as quiet as humanly possible. Okay, what can you really do to make your bow super quiet? You have to get outside. You have to get next to a wall, somewhere that your sound is really going to be amplified. Because real open areas, it's harder to tell how much bow noise you're dealing with. Even when a bow appears to be very quiet, it can still have a little noise that spooks game. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, so I went to testing, and how this happened, guys, I was setting up and playing with positions of string silencers, different types of things, whatnot, with some bows. One bow in particular, how this first happened, guys, I'm going to share this with you. This is really cool. The new Elite, the Elite Flex, it only comes with little rubber wishbone silencers. Matter of fact, I'll show it to you guys. I've got the Elite in here. Okay, so it comes with these little wishbone rubber silencers. If you'll notice where I've got these, I've got them right here by the limb, right? Well, I had already shot it with only these, and the bow wasn't quiet enough to hunt with. It was not hunting quiet, okay? Very good performing bow, but I could hear that little bit of limb tone, if you will. These are carbon bamboo limbs. All right, I put these homemade DIY 550 paracord silencers on here, and it doesn't matter what you do, any string silencers, whether it's the cat whiskers, and they work great. I really like cat whiskers, I do, because of rain and whatnot. But these, the paracord really sheds water. It doesn't absorb like wool, okay, and it's really light. Basically, you're just using the skins of it, and by the time you cut you about 6 or 7 of them and tie them in, and they fray out, they make really good silencers. Okay, so I put those on, and the bow was like really quiet. Man, I was like, golly, this thing is quiet. But I started playing with this. Initially, I had them down somewhere in that range there. Okay, these little wishbones, I had them right in there, guys. Well, it seemed fine, and I thought, yeah, I'm just going to try this, you know. Who knows? Because I know I've bought stoppers that go here and different things and whatnot. So I shoved these up here, right there about where they meet, right about where they meet the limb. Okay, shot the bow. Oh my gosh, it was dead silent. It completely killed every bit of sound. I mean, the bow suddenly got extremely quiet, and I was like, well, it's kind of weird. So I moved them down again, shot it a few more times, noticed the difference instantly, put them back up, shot it, quiet, the quietest. Now this is same arrows, all that. The bow had reached its peak of silence, the quietest shot I could get out of this bow. And it had zero effect at all on the performance. I mean, the bow's shooting great. So I left them. I left them in this position. Well, I got to thinking, well, you know, that's simple enough, because you can buy these little wishbones, you can buy monkey tails, you can do whatever you want to do. And you put these up, and I was mentioning in the video that when you have these up here, it acts as a brush guard. You know, when you're hunting, you know, brush can't get up in here under your string. Hey, it works fine. These little brush buttons have been around for ages. They've been out since probably the 60s. They were on a lot of the vintage Bear recurves that we've had. Matter of fact, like my dad's old setups, 60s and 70s, Grayling Bear bows, they ran rubber brush buttons just to keep that from out. But you know what? They were silencing their bow and probably didn't even know it. Okay, so I figured this out, guys. Well, I pushed the limits a little further. Let me show you what's up. Pushed them a little further and thought, okay, that works great. What else could I try? Well, I took an ILF bow and had a brand new string from Trevor, had double cat whisker balls. And I just took one of them and I slid the top one up, slid it up right there in the same spot, right against the limb. Mind-blowing quiet. The bow was already quiet, but it completely killed everything. I couldn't get over how quiet the bow actually was. And so what I did was I just started taking bows and tying me some cat whiskers on, which is very easy to do. I started tying some on, even if it had one or two on the string already, tying them on, sliding them up in there, instant hush. So I really tested it with some bows that, you know, typically you got to do some silencing on. I mean, they're not loud bows, but not near as quiet as you want to get those bows. So let me show you what's up with this, guys. Prime example. This is a Sitkin. And these bows are by nature, they're fairly quiet bows, but you have to get them hunting quiet, okay? And I'm talking without shooting a Selway quiver or something that absorbs any limb sound, shooting a naked bow. How quiet can you get it? Can you get a raw bow as quiet as you really want it? Well, this is a triple T string, D97 triple T string that I put on this bow to get all the performance I could. Trevor already had the beautiful little cat whisker balls tied on this. Well, all I did, guys, was I tied another set on and slid them up right here. Got them bumped up right here. And this bow, I'm telling you guys, there is zero. Raw, without anything on it, shooting maybe a 10 grain per pound arrow. The bow is so quiet, it's absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. Just to test it, I pulled them down, I shot it instantly. I could hear the tone. It wasn't loud, but I could hear a tone in the limbs. I could just hear a sound that I could not hear with these shoved up. So these little spider legs, if you want to call them, cat whiskers, if you want to call them, whatever, they are, to me, even quieter than the little rubber ones. But hey, they work good too. But these are the bomb. You can tie these things on, shove them up in here, and instantly you've got a brush button. But these 100% kill any noise that comes out of that bow's limbs. There is zero. I'm telling you guys, it is an incredible effect on a bow. Now, did my video the other day with my Oberon. Okay, my Oberon being my absolute choice bow for the hunt. This is the one that I'm gonna, my premier hunting bow for this year. My pick, my Oberon. Trevor built this beautiful string with double cat whiskers on it. Quiet. I had another D97, the factory string that I had two tied on. It was just quiet. But I thought, you know, as quiet as this bow is, I'm going to test it. I'm going to tie me a pair of these on and I'm going to shove them up here and just see. And they don't move either. Once they're there, I mean, boy, they're there. I said, I'm going to try this and see, does it have the effect that the other bows had? As if it wasn't quiet enough, I truly believe that this is the quietest recurve bow I have ever shot. I mean, literally, I can stand against the shop and shoot it at night. I shoot a lot at night, and it's literally nothing but a thud. I can actually just hear the string come off my fingers, but not bow noise. And that's what I want for a hunting bow. That's what I'm after. So guys, this little hack, you got to try it. I had to share this with you. Anytime I figure out something, and hey, I know I didn't invent this, guys. This kind of stuff's been out for a long time, but it may not be these. But I did tie these up, I did use them, and I found them to be beyond effective. Beyond. So if you still want to run doubles, you're not going to have string oscillation. It's going to be quiet. It is. But putting you a set of these, and I have tested with just one, and then one up here, quiet, quiet, quiet. So you don't have to do that. And even if you, let's say you order a string from Trevor, you get you one of these cool strings, these triple T's. Well, man, you can just slide one of those up in there. You know, just leave one on the string, slide you one up, you're good to go. Has the same effect, 100% same effect. But I do know, there we go. I do know that I've got this bow so quiet that I don't believe I can have any quieter of a bow, period. And for hunting, that means everything to me. It does, because deer, you know how they react, guys. I mean, the slightest sound of a release of a bowstring, typically they're going to react. And if you're only getting, you know, like this bow is probably shooting, it's way faster than most. This bow here is probably somewhere in the 180 range. And that's terribly slow for a deer's reaction. I mean, even a 280 feet per second compound, they're going to duck it pretty much every time at 20 yards, you know, 18, 20, they're going to. So you can't outrun a deer. You cannot outrun them. But the quiet shot is the key. It really is. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm Jeff Phillips. Pray that everything we say and do bring honor and glory to the good Lord above. He gives us all this cool stuff to enjoy. Till next time, God bless you.